said he fell asleep on the phone with you. I don't know where your fiance was at for you to be able to fall asleep on the phone with another married man, because he's not divorced yet. And then demand that he check in with you.
You know those stories where someone's life gets flipped upside down overnight, where the person they trusted most turns out to be living an entirely different reality? The kind of betrayal that doesn't just break hearts but rewrites history, forcing you to question every memory, every laugh, every "I love you." But this isn't one of those stories. This is worse. What's happening to Claressa Shields right now isn't just a scandal. It's a complete demolition of the life she believed she was building. The man at the center of it didn't just cheat or lie. He allegedly maintained a double life so carefully constructed, so coldly calculated, it makes every other celebrity betrayal look small by comparison. We're talking secret families, financial manipulation, and a level of deception so deep that even those closest to her never saw it coming. And the cruelest part? The world isn't just watching, it's laughing. While Claressa was focused on her future, her legacy, and her rise, Papoose was allegedly creating another life entirely, with another woman, another child, and a web of lies so tangled that exposing it could either break her completely or forge her into something even stronger than before.
It's battle rap. You know, everything is open for battle rap.
Is there
Gangsta gossip?
Is there a rap battle podcast? Y'all ain't never hear that?
I don't know.
We watched her step into the spotlight beside Papoose, watched her defend him, trust him, and speak about their future like it was already carved in stone. But stone cracks, and when it does, what's underneath is ugly. While Claressa believed she'd found her equal and was building something real, Papoose was allegedly living a double life so brazen it's almost unbelievable, if it weren't so cruel. Christmases with Remy Ma, birthdays, holidays, trips, and private moments that were never meant for Claressa to see, all unfolding behind her back. And then came the ultimate gut punch. Reports that Remy Ma is pregnant, and the child is allegedly his. This wasn't a fling or a momentary lapse. It was a hidden family, carefully built in the shadows while Claressa was kept in the dark, unknowingly funding the very life that was being used to replace her.
So now we know Remy and Papoose as black love couples. We've been knowing that for years. Pap held Remy down while she served 6 years in prison. She ain't had nothing.
And let's talk about the money, because this isn't just heartbreak. It's exploitation. According to sources, Claressa's resources weren't simply shared. They were allegedly redirected, with bills paid, trips funded, and an entire lifestyle maintained while she believed she was investing in a future together. The receipts tell a different story. Leaked documents, financial trails, and insider whispers tracing where the money really went paint the picture of a man who wasn't just cheating emotionally, but allegedly stealing her life piece by piece, turning her trust into a blank check and her love into collateral. And the most devastating part is that Claressa had no idea. Not until the leak surfaced, the messages were exposed, and Remy Ma reportedly pulled back the curtain, forcing the world to see the man Claressa thought she knew.
So things got messy and still getting messy. More on the Remy, Pap, and Claressa trio. We reported on it yesterday, but things started to escalate. Accusations being thrown from both sides, and it's definitely messy on both sides.
But this is where it gets even messier, because this isn't just a story about a man living two lives. It's about how the truth exploded and who was waiting to twist the knife. Enter 50 Cent, a man who never misses a chance to amplify a scandal. He didn't stay silent. He mocked, commented, and turned Claressa's loyalty into a punchline, her heartbreak into public ridicule, and her betrayal into a cautionary tale for anyone naive enough to trust too deeply. The energy was clear. What did you expect? As if Papoose's alleged playboy behavior was an open secret in the industry and Claressa was the last to find out. Maybe the signs were always there, hidden beneath the glamour, the affection, and the perfectly curated images that sold a fairy tale to the world. But love has a way of blinding even the strongest people. And Claressa wasn't just in love, she was all in.
I don't give a I be bored responding, needing something to do. I done worked out.
Then the texts dropped, the screenshots, the receipts that turned whispers into screams. Remy Ma didn't just expose the affair, she flaunted it, casually boasting that Papoose fell asleep on the phone with Claressa as if it were a joke, as if Claressa's pain were just another plot twist in someone else's story. This wasn't entertainment. It was a woman's life being dismantled in real time. Her trust shattered. Her name dragged through the mud while the world watched. And Papoose's response wasn't remorse, it was deflection. Accusing Remy of her own infidelities, posting photos with other men, turning the fallout into a petty contest over who cheated first, as if that erased years of deception and alleged financial manipulation. Because the money is where the betrayal cuts deepest. Sources claim Claressa's income didn't just support their relationship, it allegedly funded his lifestyle with Remy Ma. The trips, the gifts, the seamless switching between two lives, while Claressa unknowingly paid the price. And the cruel truth is, he never planned to leave because why would he? He had everything. A successful, famous partner bankrolling his life and a wife, soon to be a mother again, waiting in the wings. A level of opportunism that doesn't just break hearts, it destroys faith in love itself.
Sure. I couldn't really put it together on what possibly could be the relationship there. But yeah, Remy outside the courtroom, standing on business, and she's there, you know, she holding her son down.
Now Claressa is left to pick up the pieces. Her private grief transformed into a public spectacle, with every tear, every emotional post, and every moment of vulnerability dissected by fans, critics, and the same people who once celebrated her. The undefeated champion who dominates in the ring now faces an opponent far more ruthless. The court of public opinion, where there are no rules, no referees, and no mercy when the blows land too low. Leaks turn into headlines, pain becomes memes, and heartbreak gets repackaged as entertainment. Because scandals don't care about casualties, only clicks. And right now, Claressa's pain isn't just a personal tragedy. It's the hottest story in town.
She didn't say anything about it, but she hopped online to just apologize because it's her event. People pay money to see these rap battles and stuff like that. It's a real thing. The whole rap battle thing is like a real thing.
But here's what we're not talking about enough. This kind of betrayal doesn't end when the relationship does. It lingers, poisoning every memory, every photo, every "I love you" that now feels like a lie. Claressa didn't just lose a partner. She lost the life she thought she was building, her trust in her own judgment, and the belief that love could be safe and loyalty could mean something. Now she's left questioning how she didn't see it, how she was made to doubt herself because men like Papoose don't just cheat. They gaslight, distort reality, and turn love into a weapon, leaving you to realize the truth only when it's already too late. And the world isn't just watching, it's participating. Every like, every share, every "Claressa deserved better" comment feeds the machine that converts private pain into public consumption, ensuring no one heals in peace. In 2026, heartbreak isn't just personal, it's content, and Claressa's is the kind that trends, sells, and keeps us scrolling for the next leak, the next reveal, the next piece of her life exposed for entertainment. Brutal, relentless, and far from over.
The police are still investigating the motive behind the shooting, though it was initially believed that a dispute may have led to the violence.
Because here's the truth about scandals like this. They don't end, they evolve, and right now we're standing on the edge of something even darker. The financial trails haven't been fully exposed, the legal battles haven't even started, and Papoose isn't the kind of man who fades quietly. He's the kind who doubles down, rewrites the narrative, and tries to turn Claressa into the villain of a story he authored himself. And Remy Ma isn't just a hurt wife. She's a strategist who knows the game, who's survived prison, public judgment, and an industry that destroys the weak, and she's not about to let Claressa walk away with her dignity untouched while there's still blood in the water. Then there's the child, the unborn baby binding Papoose and Remy together in a way that can't be undone. A family forming while Claressa is left rebuilding her life from the ashes of his lies. It's the kind of twist that doesn't just wound, it haunts, because no matter how this ends, that child becomes a living reminder of the betrayal, a symbol of the life he chose over her, the future he was building while she was still believing in theirs.
Well, this actually happened outside of the courthouse. Remy Ma got into a courthouse altercation with the daughter of the man her son allegedly.
So where does that leave Claressa? Right now, she's standing in the eye of the storm, with leaks still dropping, comments still pouring in, and the world watching closely to see how she reacts, how she fights back, and how she survives the fallout of a love that was never what it seemed. And the real question is, what's worse? the betrayal itself, or being forced to relive it again and again through headlines, memes, and hot takes from people who've never known this kind of pain. But one thing about Claressa Shields is undeniable. She's a fighter. She didn't become a champion by retreating, and if the scandal has proven anything, it's that she's been underestimated by Papoose, by Remy Ma, and by the world. History shows that underestimating Claressa is a mistake you only make once, because when she comes back, and she will, it won't be with tears, it'll be with a plan. And there's nothing more dangerous than a woman who's been betrayed, exposed, and left with absolutely nothing to lose.
Jason is only 23 years old, and Remy spoke to TMZ about the situation. She said, "We stand by Jason's innocence and pray that NYPD will conduct a contempt and thorough investigation."
And Papoose should be afraid, because the Claressa Shields we're about to see isn't the woman who trusted him. It's the woman who learned from him, who was forced to confront the darkest truths about love and loyalty and came out stronger on the other side. She's realized that the same discipline that made her a champion in the ring is the discipline that will carry her through this wreckage. And when she rises, it won't be quiet or graceful. It'll be legendary. But for now, the story is still unfolding. The leaks keep coming, the world keeps watching, and Claressa remains standing in the ruins of a love that was never real, trying to build something new from the ashes. And the wildest part is that we're all still here, waiting for the next chapter in a scandal that's redefined what it means to be blindsided. Because this isn't just a breakup, it's a reckoning, and it's far from over.
It doesn't matter if it's a celebrity or not. If you commit a crime, you're supposed to be paid for the crime you committed.
It could be anybody. It doesn't matter. You know.
And just when it seemed the storm couldn't get any darker, whispers began to reveal something far more sinister. This wasn't just a man leading two lives. It was a pattern. A calculated playbook that insiders say was obvious long before the chaos erupted. The red flags weren't subtle. They were waving in plain sight, ignored or rationalized. Because love has a way of blinding us to what we don't want to see. But 50 Cent? He saw it, and he wasn't about to let anyone forget it. His commentary didn't just add fuel to the fire, it poured gasoline on it, standing back and watching everything burn. That was the energy. As if he'd been waiting for this moment, knowing all along that Papoose's charm was a carefully constructed front. And when he mocked Claressa's blind devotion, it wasn't just trolling. It was a warning, a brutal reminder that in this game, trust is a luxury few can afford.
I told y'all that Remy Ma and Papoose are done.
But here's where the story takes an even sharper turn. While the world fixated on the love triangle, the texts, and the pregnancy, other names began surfacing. Other women, other connections, rumors suggesting this wasn't just a fling, but a calculated system, a way of operating allegedly involving more than Remy Ma or Claressa. Sources close to the situation claim Papoose's opportunism wasn't limited to one relationship. It was a lifestyle, a revolving door of carefully compartmentalized connections, each serving a purpose while avoiding detection. And the financial angle makes it even murkier. Whispers persist, unverified but consistent, that Claressa wasn't the only one whose resources were allegedly redirected. This wasn't just about love. It was about access, image, status, and a level of comfort that allegedly required more than one woman's bank account to sustain.
Very sad regardless. I mean, this happened in 2021. So that was what, 3 years ago?
Yep.
So the fact that they just getting the information now is crazy, but...
And then there's the cultural chaos of it all. In 2026, a scandal like this doesn't just hit the tabloids. It unfolds in real time on timelines, in comment sections, and across viral feeds that turn private pain into public spectacle. Every post Claressa makes is scrutinized, every silence dissected, every tear judged as genuine or performative depending on who's watching. The court of public opinion doesn't just weigh in. It feasts, repackaging her heartbreak into entertainment through memes, hot takes, and endless speculation. It's brutal, relentless, and a harsh price of fame in an era where privacy is a myth and every misstep is content. But what's often overlooked is how this exposure changes a person. Claressa didn't just lose a partner. She lost the version of herself that believed in the story she was living. That love conquers all, that loyalty is a promise, and that the man you stand beside in public is the one you trust in private. Now she's forced to reconstruct not just her life, but her identity. Because when the world watches you get blindsided and turns your grief into a trending topic, you don't just move on, you either evolve or you break. And right now, the jury is still out.
That's all we know. So that's what we believe. All relationships fail. And no, I don't believe that. Because I know some people been together 50 years, 60 years.
And then there's the money, the money. Because if the rumors are even half true, this wasn't just emotional manipulation. It was financial exploitation. Sources suggest that while Claressa was out building her brand, her career, and her legacy, her resources were allegedly redirected to fund a life she wasn't even part of. Trips she never took, gifts she never received, bills paid in her name for a reality that wasn't hers. This kind of betrayal doesn't just sting. It cripples. It's not about the dollars alone, it's about principle, the way trust is broken and monetized. And in a world where Claressa's worth is tied to her name, her reputation, and her ability to control her own story, this is a wound that will take years to heal.
So that went on for like a couple of months. And then he just told me one day that he loved me, couldn't live without me. And we've been together ever since.
But let's not forget the other players in this story. Remy Ma isn't just a scorned wife. She's a strategist. And if there's one thing history shows, she doesn't lose in the long run. The way she's controlled the narrative, turned Claressa's pain into her own power play, that's not survival, that's mastery. And Papoose? He's not just a cheater. He's a man who allegedly built his life on the belief he could have it all, love, money, fame, control, without ever choosing or facing consequences. But consequences are patient, and they're coming. Then there's the child, the unborn baby tying Papoose to Remy Ma in a way that can't be undone. A family he's allegedly building while Claressa is left to rebuild her life from the ashes of his lies. It's a twist that doesn't just hurt. It haunts, a living reminder of the life he chose over hers, the future he constructed while she still believed in theirs. And the wildest part? The world is still watching, waiting for the next leak, the next screenshot, the next confirmation that this story is bigger, darker, and far from fully revealed.
Y'all wanna know what really gets on my nerves, that grinds my gears. Grinds them so bad. Is that when y'all think I give.
But here's what we know about Claressa Shields. She's a fighter, and fighters don't stay down. They rise, not with tears, but with a plan. While the world dissects her heartbreak, memes circulate, and hot takes trend, she's quietly recalibrating and rebuilding. And there's nothing more dangerous than a woman who's been forced to see the truth, pushed to the edge, and discovered she's stronger than the storm. When Claressa comes back, and she will, it won't be as a victim. It'll be as the woman who survived the ultimate betrayal and emerged not just intact, but unstoppable. Right now, we're only witnessing the opening act. The leaks keep coming, the players are still maneuvering, and the full truth hasn't yet dropped. So the question is, will her heartbreak mark the end of her story, or the beginning of something far wilder? Stay fierce, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the best revenge is rising stronger than anyone ever expected.